Okay, we're going to cover the metric system right now. Covered this a little bit in biology class, but we do a couple more prefixes than you did last year. So we're one of the only three countries that uses the metric system as our official system, or that uses the English system as our official measurement system, but all the other countries use the metric system. So the only three countries that don't are Burma, Liberia, and United States. So we're one of the lone countries that do not use the metric system normally in everyday things. But all of our scientific research is done in the metric system, and this is to ensure that when you replicate experiments throughout the world, other countries will understand how we did our experiments, and it'd be easily replicated. So obviously this is most important when doing experiment, when recording your data. So the metric units. Okay, so the metric system is based on the power of 10. So that's what makes it really easy to do conversions. You don't have to memorize weird things like there's 16 ounces in a pound, 12 inches in a foot. There's not these weird random numbers to memorize for conversions. It's all based on, can you move a decimal point a certain number of times? Every time you move a decimal point, you're changing the number by a factor of 10. So here we go. So we're going to start with the bigger measurements and go to our smaller ones. So the ones that we're going to be doing in our class here, the prefix kilo, which is 1,000. It's worth 1,000. You have hecto, which is worth 100. You have deca, which is 10, like decade. And then you have your base unit, which we're going to go over. It could be like meters, liters, or like seconds. Then you have your smaller measures of unit, so your base is worth 1. So then you have like deci, which is a tenth, so 0.1. You have centi, which is a thousandth, so 0.01. And then you have milli, which is 0.001, so 1/1000th. Okay, so what these prefixes look like for all your base units. So if we were in meters, kilometer, hectometer, decameter, DAM, meter, decimeter, DM, centimeter, CM, millimeter is MM. So the prefix milli, you would see that from another M for millimeter. M by itself is meter. Okay. So kiloliter, hectoliter, decaliter, liter, deciliter, centiliter, milliliter. Same thing with seconds. So prefix with the base, kilosecond, hectosecond, decasecond, second, decisecond, centisecond, and millisecond. Okay, so how you would do some examples here for conversions. Let's say we wanted to go, we were thinking, okay, we have, let's see, let's pretend we're doing a 5K. So if we're running a 5-kilometer race, if I want to know, well, what would that be in meters? So how I would do that, you're going to start at kilo, and now the decimal point technically is right here, and you're going to count how many times you have to go move your finger from kilo to the base unit meter to see the conversion. So to get from kilo to meter, I have to go 1, 2, 3 to the right. So I have to move my decimal point 1, 2, 3 to the right. So that would be 5 kilometers is worth 5,000 meters. So every time you move a decimal point, you're changing your number by a factor of 10. That's what makes conversions easier in the metric system than our conventional English system. So let's say I had 20 milliliters, and I wanted to know how many deciliters that would be for some sort of measurement. Okay, so I'm at milli, so that's the number they gave me, 20 milliliters, and I need to get to deca, which is to the left. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 to the left. So here's your decimal point right here, and I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left. So there's 2 zeros I would put there. Traditionally, if you have a decimal point, it's nice to put a 0 in front of that to kind of make that decimal point stand out. So we have 2 zeros after the decimal point, 1, 2, and then your 2. You don't have to write this other 0 here when you're writing a decimal like that. It's you can, but it's not going to, you really don't have to. All right, let's do one more for like seconds. Okay, if I had 10 kiloseconds, and I want to know what that was in milliseconds. Okay, so I'm starting here at kilo. That's what they gave me, 10 kiloseconds. You're given as always a number with the unit. So 10 kiloseconds to milliseconds. Oh, not milliliters. Milliseconds. Okay. So from kilo to milli. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6 to the right. So here's your decimal point. 1. So it's going to be 10 with 6 zeros after it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or just count. Here's your 10, and then count 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right, so that is metric conversions. Pretty simple. You're just moving to this point either to left or right, and you're counting how many times you have to do that based on the problem they gave you. All right, thank you.